All right, everybody, we will get started here in just a little bit.
My hands are like all gray.
What? Literally right in the middle of.
Because I faked it my hands, but because I
You're telling everybody.
wash my hands so much.
Yep. Hey, it is what it is. Is what it is. All right, Kane has us. So,
Perfect.
all right, we're live on location at the Cart Source in Dadeville, Alabama. We've been looking forward to this for a long time.
We know I have.
I know you have for sure. And we have already driven a couple of them, and exciting. Man, these things are just, they're unbelievable what you get in. This is not a golf cart anymore. So
No, it's literally like you can be driving it on the main roads if you get a tag.
Street legal.
Yeah.
Street legal. So, again, we are glad to be here today, and we're going to talk more about what you can get down here at the Cart Source. And, hey, look, we appreciate some of you coming in down here and saying that you watched the Auburn Blitz and you saw the ad. So, makes the Cart Source feel good, and it really makes us feel good. So.
Yeah.
What's up, everybody? Welcome into the Auburn Blitz here at noon. Our program brought to you each and every day by the Glenda Mitchell Law Firm. We appreciate Glenda Mitchell so much for being our umbrella partner of all things Auburn Blitz, all of our shows, podcasts, everything. Couldn't do it without her. Appreciate her so very much. And our show each and every day here at noon is brought to you by J.A. Smith Construction and Excavation. No job is too big or too small. They're literally right up the road.
Yeah.
As well, and they can do all the pre-site work for you in your construction project. And
Sensi Green for air that's cool and clean. Call on Sensi Green. Might need it to be warm again today.
yeah, I
Because
just don't know what you're gonna get this time of year.
I think I might have jinxed it the other day.
Maybe I think looking forward to some early. That's what spring fever does to you. You
Yeah.
think, oh, it's here, and then winter rears its ugly head again. But anyway, we are down here at the Cart Source, and we appreciate Harrison. Happy birthday to his little girl today. She just
Yes.
walked in.
2 years
2 years
old.
old. 2 years old.
Exciting.
So yeah, they stepped out for a minute, but it was awesome to see her, and
Yeah.
she's all over the place down here. So you can tell who the boss is down here at the Cart
That's
Source.
right.
But anyway, we got a lot to talk about here. As we talked about on the podcast this morning, Auburn looks like they're on the verge of signing, or not signing, but getting a commitment from another top 10 player in the state. Got Donovan Moore last week, and the number one player in the 27 class. Could they be getting another one soon? We'll talk about that. Auburn has a basketball game tonight at 8 o'clock, a very crucial basketball game on the road at Mississippi State. It's, again, hate to just continue to say must win, but if Auburn is to get to a 3-3 mark and not feel like their backs are against the wall, you need to get this one tonight.
Yeah, and I mean, it's not going to get much easier because, again, you've got another few road games that you've got to go on, and then a few home games that, one of them is winnable, and that's LSU.
Right.
But other than that, it's going to be difficult to kind of see what's going to happen. So that's why tonight it's crucial for Auburn to go to Mississippi State and get a win in Starkville.
Well, we see Keyshawn Hall. It appears that he's available. Now, again, what does that look like? I didn't see anything. Like, I never heard Stephen Pearl say he was definitively going to play tonight. You just check the availability on the SEC website, and Auburn has him on the available list. Bashir's not available, and obviously Emeka Oporum has been out for the rest, or is going to be out for the rest of the season. But Keyshawn Hall is available now. Again, does that mean he starts? Does that mean we see limited action? I don't know.
I still don't know what to see and expect, because there's been so many different things reported that he's out indefinitely for the rest of the season, and that he's out until he decides it's up to him to make some decisions off court, and that will allow him to play again. So
Right.
I'm not really sure what to expect or to look to.
No.
I don't know.
Well, again,
I just don't think it's
well, he
clear.
met with the media yesterday
Uh-huh.
and was asked, and he said, well, he's out practicing and he's having a good practice and doing the things he needs to do. I mean, that's about as public. I mean, what is that?
Was
PC
yeah.
answer that you could give about it. So again, nothing definitive. Do I think he's going to play or not? Yes, 1,000% I do, because you can say whatever you want. Hopefully, whatever disagreement or whatever happened with him off the floor or on
And
the
we
floor.
still don't know.
No, nobody really knows. But whatever that was, hopefully got squared away, and now maybe a refocusing for him.
Yeah.
Seems like Tahad has been better, and from
really
a
was able to step up during those games and in that time.
from a mental standpoint, he looks better too. I mean, I'll just say that he looked more frustrated at the beginning of the year. Maybe he's understanding the role he's having to play now, and again, he's better at a 2 position. I think everybody agrees with that, but he's having to be a distributor of the basketball, and he's done a much better job there. I think he had 7 assists against Arkansas, only 3 turnovers. His assist numbers are going up. But, you and I brought this up. The one thing that worries you is the 4 best games point-wise for him, Auburn's lost. I mean, every time he scored over 20 points in a game, Auburn hasn't won those games. So, again, that's not a knock on Tahad. He's doing what he needs to do. Nobody else is stepping up. I mean, KO was 1 of 13 the other night. There's just some things that when you look at it from that standpoint, if he's having to score 25, it's probably not the best version of Auburn on the floor.
Yeah, I agree with you and everything that you were saying, but it is the body language out there too looked a lot different, which is something to take note of, because we have said through the last couple of games that we've been at that the body language has not looked very convincing that everyone's happy with each other and want to necessarily be out there.
Right.
So that is, interesting to note too, I think. But
I think Tahad is obviously, and again, praise from Stephen that he's really, not giving him as much credit as he probably deserves this year. He's had to fight through some things, but when you look at this team, the thing that has concerned me really for the last 3 or 4 weeks is you got 7 guys, and when Keyshawn Hall was out, you really had 6, and you're not built for a tournament with that kind of a bench, and you've got to be able to get some production. I just don't know that there's any production available at this point in the season. You just got to ride with what you have. You got to hope that you can manage it the best way you can, and you hope that outside of Keyshawn Hall every night, you get at least one other guy that can step up and help him out. And if you can get 2 to do that, you can compete. But everybody's getting dead legged at this point in time in the season. Everybody, it's a grind. It's a marathon sport. So one of the things you have to do, even if you had a deep bench, is you still got to be able to manage it. When you don't, you just got to go, hey, let's just do the best we can. You maybe can't play the level of defense that you really want to play when you're only running 6 guys out on the floor. I mean, you can, but are you going to have any gas left in the tank at the end of the games? And then you've got to go through this stretch, like you said, of 6 games. They're all winnable. Every one of them. Kentucky lost last night at home to Georgia. But are you going to have enough stamina at the end of these ball games to finish?
Yeah, you would think that if the production that you've been getting throughout the beginning half of the season and towards the middle, that you would see anybody else if there wasn't there's been plenty of opportunity to see other guys out there on the court. And because we haven't seen that, I don't think anyone should expect to see anybody now, because if they're not going to be giving any better performance than someone out there playing 36 minutes, then, I don't really even know what to say at that point, because it just tells you there's no production that would come off the bench.
And again, you saw a little bit of Simon Walker. I think
3 minutes.
Well, you know why? It's exactly what we thought. You cannot play defense. You can't keep anybody in front of him. So it's a liability on the defensive side. Unfortunate that Emeka Porum had the medical condition. He couldn't play. I sound like a broken record going back through all this, but I'm just trying to go through. And the one that really hurts you probably more than anybody is Cade McWood.
There's no question about it.
Really, we're expecting him to be a decent piece this year coming off the bench, moving into more of a leadership role maybe next year. But
when was he declared benched? Was it like a quarter of the way through the year?
I'd have to go back and pull his stats. We can do that here in just a minute when we go to break for everybody. It just and Bama Pride said Coach S. Bruce is going through some similar issues that Coach DeBoer is putting his philosophy and system on after a very successful coach. Look, it's not easy to follow the best that's been at a school, and it happens to be his dad, which also adds a little bit more pressure. But I think you're right in your analysis there. Yeah, the Alabama football job would be intriguing to most anybody, but maybe not following Nick Saban. The Florida job was intriguing, maybe not following Steve Spurrier. Alabama can go back following Bear Bryant. It's always hard on the guy following the legend. It's always the next guy that comes in when the guy behind the legend fails that comes in and saves the day. I'm not saying Stephen Pearl's going to fail, but I think what Bama Pride's saying over here is a very good analysis. It's hard to kind of create your own identity and be your own coach when you're getting compared to somebody before you.
I think too, I mean, maybe if this isn't the team that he recruited, this isn't the kind of guys that he would go out to bring into Auburn. And so it's kind of different because you have seen that he does coach a different way than Bruce does. He does, have a better eye for defense and cares a little bit more about that. So maybe because this isn't the kind of team that he recruited, that it's also, there's a disconnect there. And when the portal opens for basketball later on, that, he'll go in and he'll try to get some other defenders. But right now we can't say much because there's really not much to.
There's not much to say.
Yeah.
I've said this a million times, and I know you agree with me. This isn't whatever happens this year, the remainder of the year, that shouldn't be the only thing you judge Stephen Pearl on. What you need to start watching from Stephen Pearl's aspect is when the season's over, who is he targeting?
Yeah.
Can he get the guys he's targeting to come to Auburn? Does he have the budget to compete? That all of that is huge factors on the length of his success, Faith. I mean, I hate to just be that cut and dried about it, but we all know. Let's just be frank before we go to our first break here. We all know in this world now, the honeymoon phase goes away pretty fast. And a year or two into a tenure, if you don't continue to perform at a level of expectations, doesn't matter what your last name is. The pressure to win and to win now is always great in this conference. And so I think Stephen Pearl understands the pressure of this job. He's been on the bench coaching with his dad for so long now. He gets it. So he knows what's important and what he's got to do. You got to go get players.
Yeah.
So that's kind of what it boils down to. Michael said we were missing the big guys we had in the past, but he knows how to coach and we'll get better. That's all you can do is say, look, go know what your deficiencies are and then go out there and try to fix them in the offseason. All right, we're going to take our first break here. We are live on location at the Kart Source in Dayville, Alabama's premier golf cart superstore. And when you show up down here, you know why. I've never seen so many golf carts in my life.
I just can't wait to drive every single one of them.
Well, you may do that. I'm just glad that you're actually here and not out there zooming around in the parking lot and going up and down the road.
We're about to go to break, so who knows?
Yeah. Everybody keep your fingers crossed. All right, stay tuned. We're just getting started here on the Auburn Blitz. Yeah, I agree. I mean, I think if Alex Golesh comes in and
it can't get worse than it already was.
That's why I think that's what everybody's point is. And it's true. I mean, look.
Hey. But the thing is it's hard to look at it from the standpoint of you had a Final Four team in basketball last year, but then you've had a losing record in football the last 5 years. So it can't get much better or much worse than what football has been at Auburn the last couple of years. But obviously in basketball, it can get worse because it was you 100%. Were up in the stars by the moon.
You know, here's my take on this, and I think most every Auburn fan will agree with me. It's not the fact that you're going to have Duke doesn't go to the Final Four every year. Neither does North Carolina. Neither does Kansas.
Wait, UNC got.
No, I know. I know. But my point is you're going to have some ups and downs, but I don't think she said that they're bad, Bama Willie. I don't think you're saying that it's – I think what we're – let me see if I can preface what I'm saying. You don't want to go back. Like, I hear Auburn fans, and no, it's not bad, but a standard has been set, and you don't want to go back. Somebody put out something on social media the other day of that 2000, I think it was that 2005 team, 2004, 2005 team, where Auburn shot 11% against Vanderbilt. Like, I don't even know how that's possible. And and Vanderbilt went on a 40-7 run in that game after Auburn was leading. And somebody said, well, we may not be having a lot of fun right now, but at least it ain't in this crap. Well, yes, circle that. We don't ever want to go back to that.
And I don't think I said basketball was bad right now. I was saying that, like, I'm saying it's not a comparison compared to football.
What you said was Auburn basketball's been consistent, a top 15 program that, you can take a step backwards and
it's not a bad team like the football has been over the last couple of years because it's been a losing season.
Yeah, I mean,
so I'm not sitting here saying that what?
And he's saying he agrees, said it has to be a step.
He agrees with you.
Well,
I'm not even sure how this is an issue over here. I'm not saying that.
God, would you quit telling everybody Auburn's just bad and everything?
Jeez,
so, man, it's always your fault. But anyway, I'm
sport today.
I mean,
but it's too cold.
Yep. Well, there's going to be plenty of warm days for that. But look, I think that's what I'm just going to tell you let me take my Auburn Blitz moderator, beat writer, follower of Auburn sports hat off for a second and go to the fan side. I don't want to go back to 05. I don't want to shoot. I don't want to see a team. I want people to understand that Bruce Pearl built a program that's been very consistent since 2018. And you should have high expectations. North Carolina, Duke have off years. That doesn't change. Kentucky's having an off year. That doesn't change the fact they go, well, you know what? We just need to accept. I mean, I think that's what Auburn's done in football. I think we've accepted mediocrity. Like, I remember saying, man, 8-4, 7-5, 8-4. Now you're looking at a program that would die to go 8-4.
Yeah.
We would love to go 8-4. It's all about where you are
1,000%
in the moment, looking at what you've done over the last 5 to 7 years. In the last 5 to 7 years, Auburn basketball have been the best in program history. They've been to 2 Final Fours. It's just amazing. So we're not saying anything negative that way. We're just saying that anything you probably would have been a step back from last year went to the Final Four.
Right.
I mean, and with the constant turnover, you don't know what you're going to get from year to year.
Well, that's exactly right.
Hey, you could go out and you can go get the best 5 guys in the portal and bring them all in. They may not gel. So, welcome back, everyone, to the Auburn Blitz. 45 minutes left in our show today. We are live on location at the Cart Source in Dadeville, Alabama. My guy Harrison over here just does a tremendous job. And, even from the last time you and I were down here, we sat down in one of these behind us, and the screen is like this laptop screen.
Yeah, it's massive. And they've got Apple CarPlay.
Reverse camera.
Yeah, the reverse camera. That was like a shock. They have that. They have FM radio. They have
everything that you, and the sound system in this thing is unbelievable. And the chairs, the seating is like plush. And look, I'm not going to drop prices on here right now, but this one here, this Easy Go that is lifted and got everything you would ever want. It's like, seriously, it's like a small vehicle.
It's
The
unbelievable.
price is, I was shocked what a great price it was.
Yeah, I was blown away. But
I was expecting $10,000 or $12,000 more than what he quoted.
me too.
I'm like,
for
man,
sure.
almost pulled the trigger and just said, let me go get my
Hey,
trailer.
and it doesn't matter if you're not in this area because they'll send them to you. I know he was just talking about there's one that's going to Florida right now. I know a lot of places in Atlanta right now, they are making the sidewalks big enough for
right.
golf carts because that's just
Oh Lord,
how it
probably gonna
is.
get run over.
I know. So
well, Bama Willie wants to know which one you're getting.
I like the blue one outside.
We'll have to
that
show
they
you a
redid.
picture, but we'll show a picture of the blue one a little bit later on. I've got to show everybody this one back here is amazing. So they are just phenomenal, and you can see how they're lifted off the floor. So that was my best job at Panorama from a camera standpoint. Did I do better there?
Yeah,
Is it
yeah,
okay?
it looks great.
All right. But yeah, they're awesome. Again, thanks to Glenda Mitchell and her law firm for bringing you the Auburn Blitz every single day out there. Okay, to get back, let's get some comments going. Retooling, rebuilding every year now, semi-pro athletics versus what used to be college. Yes, I mean, you don't know from year to year. We were just talking about that. What you're going to get, you want to try to go out there and do the best you can to fill the holes that you have on your team, but you only have so much money.
Mm-hmm.
And I talk about this all the time. You see this on social media where it puts like 12 guys and you got a budget of like $17. In the first column, everybody's $5. Second column, $3, $2, and then $1. And you got $17 to build you a team of players. And so you can't go into the first column and get two $5 players because you're not going to have enough money to go get some of the ones down the line. So you got to be that's an elementary example, but that's what you're having to do as a GM of these programs now. Hey, here's your budget. What is the budget for basketball? Let's just say it's $7 million. Okay. Well, if you pay two guys $4 million, two apiece, now you got $3 million for the rest of the team. And so so it's a depth thing, it's development. There's a lot that comes into that. And I think what we're looking at is when you look at what Stephen Pearl's got to do after the season is over, is who's going to stay on this team? What pieces are going to develop? Faith,
Mm-hmm.
Is Elijah Freeman going to stay? Is SWA going to stay? Is Philip Jovic going to stay? Those would be three key pieces that you could build on and then go out in the portal and bring some other guys in to complement them, but go get a big. Maybe you go overspend this year and go get a big guy that you know, and then maybe get a couple other guys to complement them. I don't know. I'm not building the team, but that's what Stephen Pearl is going to be tasked with.
Yeah, no. And I think talking about how distribution of money and NIL and stuff like that what Alex Golish said the other day about, people helping fund it, because it doesn't just, the money doesn't come out of thin air.
No.
And there are
a lot of people think it
behind
does. So
yeah, and there's a lot of people behind it. And when you've got new coaches, as in Stephen Pearl, because he still has not been a head coach before until now, or
Right.
Alex Golish, that, it's hard to trust somebody when you're giving X amount of money and saying, hey, can I do this? And they're either weary on, I don't know if you should really be doing that or whatever, because it's their money. They're going to be a part of decision making. So I think that's something important to note. And I just like what he said about they have a right to know what you're spending money on. You have to be careful if you're going to spend money and then want to be involved in decision making, then we're good. We don't need your money. If you're upfront and honest from the beginning, you've got a chance. And that's, again, not just football that's being used in. And so I think that's something to talk about when we're talking about basketball and
Right.
how Stephen Pearl is going to use the NIL to bring in certain guys.
I'm going to say this too. I don't think we've even talked about this because each sport's different. Your margin of error in basketball is very thin. Like, you can miss on some guys in football as long as you don't miss on the quarterback.
Right.
If you miss on the quarterback like Auburn's done, you can see how bad it can affect you. You can miss on a D lineman. You can miss on a linebacker. Okay, you can miss on a wide receiver because you got more to pick from. You miss on one or two guys on a basketball roster, you're seeing the effects of it right now. You are putting so much importance on each and every one of those roster spots and hoping that you're gonna have your guys that you depend on as your starters, but your depth pieces are probably as important as your starters because you got to give those guys a break.
I think too, though, it is difficult in the sense that if you're going in the transfer portal and you're trying to get guys, that the way that whoever you want, they think they're so important and they're worth so much more
Right.
is so difficult now and humbling in the sense of saying, well, you're not worth the $3 million that, I have to split between two other guys as well. And
Right.
I think that's something that's also hard in today's world of these 21, 22-year-old guys thinking that they're worth so much more, and it's not letting enough go and get spread around, I guess. I don't know.
And I'm not saying that you can't discipline players because you should.
Yeah.
But when you discipline on an already thin team, a $2 million player that's your best player, and you sit him out, I can't tell you how costly that is. We just saw how costly it was on the road at Arkansas. And so it better be like something. I hate to be this way. I'm all about this. I'm all about holding people accountable, but it better be something bad and not just a ego trip thing where you go, hey, you ain't talk to me like that. I'm going to sit you out for a game because you don't have, and I know a lot of people may be disagreeing with me right now, but you don't have the wiggle room to sit somebody out right now, unfortunately. And maybe those guys are going, hey, and I'm applauding Stephen Pearl for doing what he has to do to feel like, say, we'll lose without you, okay, rather than take you on the road and make you feel like you're more important than the whole picture. I'm all for that. But what I am saying is your margin for error is so razor thin right now, and then you take the highest paid player on your team off and sit them, it better be for a legit reason.
Yeah.
Because you're damaging the whole team. You're hurting the whole team.
I agree, but I really respect Stephen Pearl doing that just because I do think it is hard to find, some people now that actually get discipline or that understand that there's a consequence, and maybe it just needed to happen for maybe one game that there is a consequence, and it's like, all right, I won't do that again. But
let him know that what he did and his actions hurt the team.
He can be an example for everybody else on the team of, hey, if you guys are gonna do this, expect this. I don't care how good you are.
Well, great point. And again, I'm not saying that. I'm applauding him too, like you. But I'm just saying that it had to have been bad for you to take your $2 million number one player on the team and sit him on the road at Arkansas when you're already down to 7 guys.
Yeah.
So that's pretty detrimental. All right, we're up against another break here on the show. We are live on location at the Kart Source. So much fun to be down here and test drive these golf carts, and they got all the top name brands. So we'll talk some more about them when we come back. Stay tuned. More of the Auburn Blitz right after this. All right, I'll go take a picture. Yeah, we'll bring one.
Yeah,
for sure. Do you have any more of them?
I have one, I think.
Okay, we'll bring it here.
Yeah, I'll bring it.
Because it'll be perfect in here.
Should I ring the doorbell so that somebody comes up for them?
I don't know who just pulled up. They're out there talking. Yeah, I don't want anybody to misinterpret what I said. I feel like as a coach, you gotta do what you gotta do first to show control. And no one player, I don't care how good they are, should be above the team. And
I agree.
So whatever he did and warranted that suspension, kudos for Bruce Pearl doing it. So
Bruce?
Did I say what did I say?
You said Bruce.
It just rolls off the tongue, Stephen. Appreciate you, Bama. Pride too. Really, really do, man. Thank you so much. Yeah, we love to. Hey, we can agree and disagree and all that. I love it. It's fine. Heard it was a staffer that he treated poorly, and it could have been Bama Willie. I know that he sat him for the remainder of the Vanderbilt game. And we also heard that it was some frustration because he wasn't getting he was getting fouled and they weren't calling it, and it kind of got in his head. And sometimes, that's another job of the coach, is to read the body language of their players and say, okay, he is our best player, but not tonight. He's not.
And he's going to get out there and start being sloppy because things aren't going his way. So he's going to think it's not going to, get called when it's going the other way, all those different things. But I mean, again, we don't know the truth of what actually happened and what the issue was. So I feel like we can't even really speak on that in a sense because.
I mean, if we had something definitive we could tell everybody, we would, obviously. But
yeah, but no.
You don't hate Bama Willie.
I don't hate Bama Willie.
We appreciate all of you. Again,
Yes.
Thanks to Glenda Mitchell and her law firm, her team. Man, beautiful new office they're building over in Cartersville, Georgia. I mean, it is awesome. Love the office in Auburn.
So
Beautiful,
nice.
beautiful. We were over there the other day. We're going to be going back over there.
Yeah, I remember driving through there just, I think, 2 or 3 years ago, and there was just
There's
nothing over there. And then now.
That's happening a lot in Auburn. 2 or 3 years ago, you were driving through places that was woods, and then now there's shopping malls and strip malls and businesses and stuff everywhere. So.
And everything's getting rerun.
Well, I mean, and look, I hate to say it, and I know all of you experience this when you're in Auburn, but the traffic's just horrendous. And at 5 o'clock, man, if you
forget about going anywhere,
you are going to. It's going to take you 45 minutes,
especially if it's on either a Monday, Tuesday, or Wednesday, because that's when everyone has chapter, and that is when it's the worst.
And then Glenn is just terrible. It's.
When I used to live on Glen, it would take so long.
You definitely could walk faster somewhere probably than you could get.
That's why we walked everywhere.
That's right.
We were like, no, not happening.
At the next break, I'll go out and take a picture of the one that Faith likes and show everybody because it is cool. Yeah, and it was converted. They
that's why they do custom.
They remodeled this thing. It was a 6-seater. They remodeled into something else. So. Welcome back, everyone, to the Auburn Blitz. Halfway through our show, we're live on location at the Kart Source in Dadeville, Alabama, home of Alabama's premier golf cart superstore. And you can see why. 2 unbelievable Easy Go models right here behind us. There's a Yamaha over there in the corner. There is just Cushman, Club Car, all the top brands. They've got them here. And they customize them for you, so you can order whatever you want, and they'll customize them to your liking. We're halfway through our show, which means it's time for
Pepper Tree Steaks and Wine. Oh my gosh, they've been on my mind recently because we're going there tomorrow.
Yes, we're going there tomorrow.
And I'm so excited. They have some of the best cuts of meat, high quality. Also, the wine selection that they have is out of this world. I've never gone anywhere that has as good of a wine selection as Pepper Tree. And then also all their casseroles and stuff. So good. So I just can't wait to go back over there. My dad actually was there, I think last week, and he left some of the
course he did.
Oreo, the pudding, that thing.
And you
had to go by and pick it up.
Of course you did.
Are you kidding?
Let me tell you, every time we talk about Pepper Tree at the halfway point of our show, we have no food. And you start talking about the casseroles and all the steak, the chicken, the tuna, everything, the ribs, it just makes your mouth just pour water. So anyway, go check out Pepper Tree Steaks and Wine in Auburn and in Montgomery. They've been there for over 25 years.
We'll be there tomorrow.
We will be, yes, in Auburn. We will be there tomorrow, and we will have a post-game reaction show after the show Saturday with Kentucky. We won't have one tonight after Mississippi State, but we will have another post-game reaction show.
That would be at like midnight.
Yeah.
And I won't be up for that.
There's no way. No way. No way.
I can't. I'm
So,
grandma.
yeah, you're already way past looking at the back of your eyelids by then. So, all right, let's talk some football. Again, we'll talk some more about basketball, but football recruiting never stops. And look, we talked about it a little bit last week, but Donovan Moore from Hueytown is a huge pickup, the number one player in the state of Alabama in the 27 class. You know, they've had a lot of moving around, Faith, as far as the rankings, and they do multiple evaluations throughout the year. But as you look at it, picking up Donovan Moore was a great start for Alex Golish in state. He's got 2 commitments now. And then could they be picking up a third? That's the question. Auburn's currently ranked 35th in 24/7.
Mm-hmm.
I had some people say, well, you know, he ain't really done anything yet, whatever. But I'm like, okay, Alex Golish has done all he can do up to this point.
Yeah.
Okay, so there's really not much more. He let him coach a spring practice first before you start.
Yeah.
But let's just say that, and we talked about it on the podcast this morning, is it still important to recruit the best players in the state? Obviously, I know it's a no-brainer, but is it as important as it used to be, I guess is the question, to go in and try to win the state in every recruiting class? Maybe not as important as it has been in the past because of the portal and the way things have changed. But still, in a state like Alabama, where it's a smaller state, you got Alabama that you're obviously competing with, and then plus the other schools, but you're competing with all the schools that are coming in trying to poach players out of state, which we saw a lot of those players that you talked to directly last year choose Florida, choose Oregon, choose Texas A&M. They went all over the place.
Yeah.
You still want to say, hey, our roots are here in the state of Alabama. We want to go get the best players we can. And that's what Auburn's done. So, but again, there's a long time before signing day in December. You got to keep them. But I'm just going to be honest with you. Feels like this commitment, and maybe the ones that are coming, they're locking into this staff. They see what Auburn's doing, and maybe it's not going to be so much of, hey, what's the results going to be on the field this year? It's going to determine what. Maybe they see a vision, and if Auburn just comes out and does what I think Auburn can do this year under this new staff, then I think what you're seeing now in January, February, and March, guys maybe committing early, they're probably going to stay the course. Now, that doesn't mean they're not going to go look other places, but I would feel more confident about them staying the course. We were always worried last year. You know that.
Hezekiah Harris, though, he really seemed like he was locked in. He had been locked in for over a year from the time I went to go see him, and he was the longest commit until he ended up switching on signing day. And even when I went to go talk to him, he was talking about how he's locked in. You know, he believes in the program and everything changed. So, but you're right. Alex Golish does have a different mentality, and I think that's going to be portrayed when he goes out and talks to these recruits about how he only wants to go out and get people that feel like they're going to be locked into the program. So if he even is going to be going back and forth on some of these guys of whether or not he thinks they're going to be committed to the program, then maybe he's not going to be as interested as some other guys that he knows will work really hard to get in and get involved and, you know, work hard.
I totally agree. And, you know, when you look at it from a standpoint, I know we got to get to break. We're past a couple minutes, but look, we'll go through some of these players when we come back. It's never too early. In a few months, we'll be hitting the road talking to them. So we did that last year. We were the only group that did that. Looking forward to doing it again. And, you know, the rankings shift as we're doing that. So, and then we'll have some guys that commit while we're doing all this. And so it's a good look into what helps them make their decision. So, all right, we're going to take another break. We're live on location at the Cart Source in Dadeville, Alabama. We'll be back right after this. Let me go take a picture.
Yeah.
Okay, everybody, I got a picture of Faith's favorite golf cart here. So I can show it off here.
Isn't it so cute?
And then you can see the Coach Brooks' call. Let me take this call real quick.
Okay.
Hey, Coach.
I just saw something that says Keyshawn Hall is expected to play tonight against Mississippi State. So
What the breaking news? Yeah.
So
And everybody kind of felt like that was the case. We said it coming in. There's the custom golf cart. That was a 6-seater that they transformed into a little back area where you can haul some stuff. So really, really good. Some things never change, do they?
not the slightest.
It just makes everything that we endured last year.
I love this song.
What significance do you see for junior college athletes in today's semi? Yeah, we talked about that a few weeks ago.
You've got so much more of an opportunity to.
Yeah, I mean, I think you're going to see. I do think you're going to see a better opportunity for them because now with an expanded roster, with 105 and guys coming in, and I think you're going to see a very good opportunity to go and develop somewhere and then come in and get in the portal. I mean, this portal's been a game changer for a lot of different reasons.
These shoes are so comfortable.
Looking good. They look
They're
good.
So, thank you.
Got to keep them
So-
clean.
I know.
You want Scott to guard them? Shh.
No.
Welcome back, everyone, to the Auburn Blitz. Couple segments left on the show today. Man, I'm telling you, we're having a blast down here at the Cart Source, and you feel like a kid again. That's what you're looking around and going, I feel like I'm 10 years old again, wanting, hey, Dad, can you get me this? Or can
I have to say the intrusive thoughts of because there's so many here of bumper cars.
Yeah. Oh, God.
Went through my mind at one point.
We don't need them
Obviously,
bumping into each
never
other,
would.
so.
But that definitely went through my mind because there's so many here and they are all so cool. Look, I mean,
Well, I'm looking at one
Come on,
that
bumper
it's being no doubt, but this one's being shipped over. This is being
Florida,
shipped down to
yeah.
Florida, and the business that they do here, literally, they're the Cart Source. They're the premier golf cart superstore of the state of Alabama, and they got orders going out all over the place. There's a six-seater golf carts going to a school.
Yeah.
They've already had 8 that they hauled off to another business. They are constantly moving. I remember the first time we came down here and we were looking at some, he goes, oh, those are all sold already. I'm like,
Oh yeah, that was
what?
crazy. There was a whole bunch of them, and we both were.
Every one of them, there was 10 of them.
Yeah, you can get them shipped wherever.
Absolutely, they can ship them. And so you need to come check out the Cart Source.
They have all those swatches that everything
interior.
can be some sort of custom.
These golf carts are unbelievable. So, but anyway, come check them out. Don't just take our word for it. We love it down here, and we definitely will be back. And I know when it gets a little bit warmer outside, you will be hard to hold down.
Yeah.
I mean, you will be skipping out on segments. So I need to make some arrangements for some guests that day. So anyway, check out the Cart Source. Appreciate Glenda Mitchell and her law firm. She's on your side. If you are in a car accident or somebody in your family, they they will come to you. That to me is what's so crazy. And she'll give you her personal cell phone number if you become a client of hers, because she wants to make sure you're taken care of from start to finish. So again, hope none of you or none of us ever are having to deal with that. But if you have to, you need to call on Glenda Mitchell, and she'll take care of you over there. All right. As we close out here, a couple more segments here on the show, looking at the top 10 in the state of Alabama. Donovan Moore, number 1, again, from a composite standpoint, it's the number 5 defensive lineman in the country. We've said it till our faces turn blue from lack of oxygen. The offensive and defensive lines are a priority. And so far, that's what Alex Golesh is doing. Could the next hammer drop with the number 6 player in the state? It feels like he may be committing soon.
Yeah, Carlos May from Ramsey up in Birmingham. D lineman, composite. He's 25th.
Yeah,
and
25th defense lineman in the country.
Yeah, in the country, which is
so that's 2 big ones, literally, literally and figuratively, that you get. I mean, Donovan Moore is the number 72 ranked player in the country overall, and Carlos May is a top 200 player. So, yeah. Other players here that we talked about this morning, you've talked to Gunnar Rivers. He's the number 2 player. Feels like NC State, where his dad went. But, Auburn's also on a top-ranked quarterback in the 27 class from Illinois. So
yeah. But, I mean, who knows?
He visits Auburn, and you never know what's going to end up happening.
Yeah, and obviously his family is down in Mobile.
Yes.
So that's always a question still, but
I think he'll stay now. I don't think he's pursuing NFL anymore, Philip. So I think he'll be back. So
I think so.
All right. So another Mobile player that's committed to Alabama, Javarius Garer, calling chicken, and again playing for a really good football program there. Will he stick with Alabama? We'll see. I mean, but Alabama there, Jatori Williams over in Phoenix City seems to be a Florida State lean. Faith, Jalen Scott from Williamson, again, another team down in Mobile. They've got multiple players in the top 10, top 12. Go all the way down to Cameron Pritchett, the big edge rusher at Thompson High School is committed to Oregon. Say another thing that we talked about this morning, Auburn and Alabama both are fighting not just themselves. This top talent, this is just not a 2-horse race anymore between the 2 schools in state. Auburn's having to hold off, and you can see I've already named off several of these other top 10 that are leaning toward other schools, NC State, Florida State, Oregon. I mean, so now as you look at it, do you feel like you've done something if you can get 3 or 4 guys?
At this point, yeah. But before it was, I think a couple of years ago, they had 6.
Had 7 or 8 of the top 10.
And that was almost normal and regular. And then now it's, okay, you get about 3.
Yeah.
And, you're really.
It used to be when you looked at this list, through the top 15, Alabama would get 8. Auburn would get, 5 or 6, and then, or maybe even more than that. And then you'd have 1 or 2 choosing outside school. That's not the case anymore. And look, but again, you want to make hay in state, but is it as important as it used to be? Unfortunately, no, because of the portal and just all the options out there, and depending on what you're looking for, and then the development, which guys are you getting? Like a quarterback's more apt to get in the portal if they don't play immediately versus a defensive lineman who knows that, hey, look, I'm probably going to have to work for a couple of years to get in the rotation. Doesn't mean I'm not going to play immediately, but maybe I'm going to have to work to gain more and more playing time. It's more of a developmental position than something like quarterback or the patience level there. So anyway, it's weird. It's a different world we're living in. And hey, look, you know what? In 6 months it could be totally different.
Yeah. I mean, even too, though, some of the ones that stay their course after they go and stay for a year or 2, and then they go to Texas A&M or I
go to Ole Miss.
Yeah. Go to Ole Miss.
And sit on the bench there.
But they're in-state guys or, Texas Tech, whatever it might be, that doesn't matter if they're close to home anymore.
No, none of that matters. Like, guys, it's a norm for Auburn, or a norm for the kids in the state of Alabama, several of them to go to Oregon. I mean, had the last 3 years, the top players in the state, in the top 5, one of them's gone to Oregon the last couple of years, and you got another one in Cameron Pritchett that's committed to Oregon now. So that's as far away from Alabama as you can get, so geography-wise. All right, we will take our final break here on the show. Stay tuned. One final segment coming up live here on location at the Cart Source right after this.
Yeah, I saw that.
That's so bad. I don't know that there's something that could be more botched than that whole situation right now. It is. I mean, I'm blown away that they have gotten no further with that than they have.
I know. We were talking about it a little bit over the weekend.
It's mind blowing to me. It's sad. It really is. Just terrible. Just terrible. Yeah, tomorrow, Pepper Tree Steaks and Wine for lunch show. And then on Friday, we'll be back at, guess where? Prime and Stillwater's Golf Course. I mean, just going to end with 2 great locations for food coming up. So Friday. Yep. Mama Willie, it appears that way. She's going to be in a state coma. State coma. So.
And I am not complaining.
Life's tough, Mama Willie. Like, we jumped in that golf cart, and I was like, do you want to? You're like, yeah, I do. And it was like, we weren't even in there good, and you were like, what? You didn't hit the pedal, and we were gone.
I had to see what it was all about.
Well, you did. But this model here behind us, man, you can take this thing anywhere. And literally, Harrison was talking about, he has one. They live down in Auburn, and his is street legal. And they go to dinner in it. They drive across to campus for game days. They went to the baseball game the other day in the golf cart. How cool is that?
Yeah, it's crazy how some of these towns are just becoming golf cart.
Yeah, you have to be golf cart friendly now.
Yeah. Well, like I said, I mean, I know downtown Alpharetta is making it all. They're not street legal, but you can have them on the sidewalks. So they're making all the sidewalks so much bigger. I guess you park it in a regular parking space.
You have to. It's like pulling a regular car in. It's about the size of a daggum car. Oh, there's no question, Family Pride. At Poplar Dogs, their pork chops and their steaks they're dang good.
They have electric carts. They have gas carts. They've got it all.
Got everything you want, guys. I'm serious. It's worth the drive to come here and look at all this. And if you even think about having or want a golf cart, you need to come to the Cart Source. I'm telling you, you're like a kid. And I think somebody asked, can you pull the center console from Alex City Marine with one? I'm sure you can. I'm sure this thing behind me with it.
Yeah.
Those are like.
Those tires.
Yeah.
You don't want to try drifting in that because you would just go.
Do what? Okay.
Because the tires are so.
I don't want to be on there when it goes burnt.
I don't either. I can tell you that much.
Yeah, but the electric cart, depending on what you want, electric carts, gas powered, they have it all. 30 seconds. What did it say?
Oh. I'll say it out.
Okay, yeah.
Just remind me.
Okay. Welcome back, everyone, to the Auburn Blitz final segment here on our show today, live on location at the Cart Source. It is so much fun here. Harrison is awesome, letting us kind of come in and take over in their showroom, and the golf carts in here. I don't know that you can really call these golf carts like they're like small vehicles, and the plush interiors, the screen, touch screen for all your. Like everything, you can adjust all the things on here. It's got a backup camera,
which is just so crazy.
Apple CarPlay. What are we doing? Like, this is amazing. Like, depending on where you live, either in the city or in the country,
there's always a need for a golf cart.
There's always a need for a golf. And who doesn't have fun when they're riding on a golf cart? Everybody has fun when they're riding on a golf cart. So, hey, for some of you that live on golf courses and you know, hey, jump in the golf cart and ride around, you need to come down here. Easy Go Cushman, Yamaha Club Car. They've got everything you want, the best in the business.
They also, you can rent them for events and stuff like that too. So that's also something that, you know, if you're having an event and you need golf carts, you can call on the Cart Source. And then if you need a bartending service for it too, you can call on all of us.
I mean, we just, everybody we're associated with is just such great partners. All right, to close out here, Auburn did not fare very well on the baseball diamond last night. Really shocked, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
Look, don't worry. The pitching still was great. I think Andres Alvarez got the start. He only allowed 1 run on 5 hits in 4 innings. Then Christian Chatterton came in and only allowed a pair of runs in 3 innings. So really, I mean, through 7 innings, Auburn had a chance. They just haven't been able to get the bats going. And they've had 1 game, the 3rd game of the Youngstown State series, that they were able to, you know, to really kind of go off offensively and score 17. Mm-hmm. But 2-1 win, and then you get beat 8-0. Look, you want your pitching to be where it is. Pitching's giving you a chance to win. It's been dominant. But the bats going to have to get going. They're going to have to get going this weekend. You got Kansas State, number 9, Florida State. Mm-hmm. And then Louisville, I think, is number 15, and Auburn's ranked number 5 right now. It's going to be they had a great trip to Arlington last year. It really kind of set the tone for the season.
Yeah.
Maybe they can go out there and kind of get things going in Arlington this weekend.
Yeah, and I know that Coach Thompson, and also even when I was talking to Bristol, that the importance of going ahead and getting out there and having that competition, because obviously when you play against yourself and nobody that is giving you kind of the competition that you guys are, you know, and you can read, that it's so much harder to go out there and adjust so quickly. So it's good that, you know, the first couple of games, you know, get these under your belt, and then you've got this tournament with quick turnarounds and stuff like that, that you're getting ready for the SEC schedule, which isn't going to be easy, obviously.
No, it's not. So again, all right, so here in the last minute of our show, just want to remind everybody, again, we appreciate all of the partners that we have here. We couldn't do it without them. We are live on location at the Cart Source here in Dadeville, Alabama. They are Alabama's premier golf cart superstore for sales, service, parts, rentals. Easy Go Cushman, Yamaha Club Car, they've got it all. We appreciate Harrison for allowing us to be here, and we will definitely be back. But check them out, and if you can't come down here, check them out online or call them 334-231-2205. And again, the Glenda Mitchell Law Firm, so appreciative of them and Glenda Mitchell and all of her entire staff. They do such a tremendous job. Glad to be partnered with them. J. Smith Construction and Excavation, and
Cincy Green for air that's cool and clean. Call on Cincy Green.
Just all great partners all the way around, and we appreciate all of you that tune us in each and every day. Statewide, Charter, Channel 701 and Channel 80. That's going to wrap our show up here from the Cart Source. Again, we appreciate all of you so very much. For Faith Richardson, I'm Brett Pritchard saying we have enjoyed it. We'll be. See you tomorrow for more Auburn Blitz.
That was impressive. That you did that, right?
I kind of did a little glance, and I was like, okay, let me see how I can wrap
that was good.
I appreciate it. All right, everybody, I mean, we're serious. Like, come check out. This place is awesome. I know I've said it a million times, and we're about to go drive some more of these golf carts. You think he's going to let you drive the one that you like?
Maybe.
And take it for a spin.
Nicely.
Hey, we're going to be having a promo video come out for the cart source as well. So, check that out. Again, we appreciate all our partners so much. And we also appreciate all of you that tune us in each and every day here, whether it be our podcast or our noon show and our post-game reaction shows and everything that we do. We thoroughly enjoy it, and we couldn't do it without all of you. So, again, it's a great, great opportunity as you're getting ready for spring. Man, you get spring fever, you want to be outside. You got wind chills. When it's a little chilly, you can put them up, and then you flip it right down for that warm afternoon.
Yep.
You just kind of let the wind blow through your hair, and
have it just.
It's just nice. So, so just very, very cool to come out and see all this stuff. All right, but close out here for Auburn tonight, Mississippi State, 8 o'clock.
8 o'clock.
Man, and we got a 9 o'clock tip coming up with LSU home game. 9.
Oh, I forgot that's at home.
9. That's after we drive back from Birmingham.
Yeah.
From a full day of high school basketball that day. So you talk about you're going to need to get a lot of sleep the night before. So
what day is that game?
The 2nd, I think. I think it's March the 2nd.
I think you're right. No.
3rd.
It is the 3rd?
I think so. Why?
Because I can sleep in on.
Oh, yeah. Oh, well, you can. Yeah. Yeah, it is. It's a Tuesday night. I'm 90% sure. Let's make sure.
I'm like, please.
Oh, yeah. I should have known that there was ulterior motives there behind why you were asking. Let's see.
Then I'll be all good to tough it out.
Oh, yeah.
All right, come on.
I don't care that you're going on fumes, but I'm good. I'm going to be good. It's Tuesday the 3rd. It is Tuesday.
I'm so excited.
That'll be a late one. 9 o'clock on SEC Network, Auburn LSU. Good Lord. So, anyway, that's going to be a crazy week for us with the Alabama High School Athletic Association Network calling all the state championship games starting on Monday through Saturday. Hey, but we look forward to that week.
Always.
Hey, it's so much fun. If you've never been to the finals in Birmingham, just the production of what they do with that tournament, 1A through 7A, boys and girls, semifinals and finals. And you get to see some outstanding basketball. And look, I'm going to be honest with you. Some of the girls' games are some of the best games we call. Like, they play basketball at the true form, and the set plays and the way some of these programs that make it to Birmingham year in and year out is just completely amazing. Yep. Yeah, I get to work. He's just being funny that you get to sleep in on that Wednesday. He's just trying to tell you need to get to work. So, hey, don't worry, Bama Willie. I'll be pulling the late night duty and the early morning duty, so no rest for the weary over here. I think they destroyed that, Justin. See, I don't think we've heard it in a couple of years. I heard Lion Eyes in my sleep for the first 10 years of that tournament. I mean, I don't know why that. I'm not. Whoever created that playlist in Birmingham was terrible. I'm just being honest about it. I can say it now. I feel like I've earned the right to say that. That was a terrible hype playlist. First thing in the morning, getting there to the BJCC, and you're playing the Eagles Lion Eyes. Maybe in another setting it's good, but that ain't what I really want to warm up to.
Can you listen to it now?
Lion Eyes, not really, because I instantly go back to Legacy.
Yeah,
Arena.
think about it.
I'll never be able to unhear that song and not think about.
That's so funny. That was not.
You can't hide your. I mean, I can just hear it like resonating through my. You look disgusted when I tried to sing that. Well, what was that look there briefly that I just caught? You were like, is he really singing? That was the look you gave.
No, I'm just thinking. I can't imagine like hearing that at 7 o'clock in the morning.
That's not what I want to warm up to.
That's what I'm saying.
Exactly.
If it were me, I would probably.
Yes, Justin, and that's why I room by myself now because, look, I'm sure I do as well, but I've been in the room with some guys I'm like, dude, you got to wake. I can't sleep in here. Like, you're pulling the paint off the wall. You're snoring.
That just made me think about it. I woke up in the middle of the night last night, and I was like, did I turn on like waves crashing? I was like, I'm so confused. Did I put waves on for like soothing sleep? No, it was Lucy snoring so loud.
Okay.
That's what it was.
You mean her snoring sounds like waves?
Because I just heard like the
Oh.
Yeah, and then
Okay.
like the
Yeah.
and I was like, what in the
I
world?
swear, if on Monday morning at Legacy Arena, if we show up in there for the first game and that's playing, I may just have to get up and leave. Lion Eyes are playing. I'm just gonna have to. I mean, I love the Eagles. I love that song, but not at 8:00 warming up for a basketball game.
I
That
don't
ain't
know
what
how-
I'm hyped to.
I don't know. What do you think the coaches that have been there like the last couple of
I
years
mean,
when they go in
gosh.
there and they hear the same thing every single
Pull their
time?
hair out. There's nothing like getting you hyped up for the finals in Birmingham like the Eagles Lion Eyes. So anyway, with that being said, hey, the cart source, we're having so much fun down here today. We don't really want to leave, really.
No.
I mean, I could come and hang out here, and I could be the guy that
I see
shows-
some sunshine.
shows some people around in the golf cart. So yeah, they ain't got to be there for 8 hours like we do. Yeah, no question.
That's
So,
true.
it's a marathon for sure, but it's fun. We appreciate it, and it's just a great week, but it is exhausting for sure. So, all right, Faith, do you have anything else
I
here?
hope everyone has the best day.
We're about
Happy
to go.
hump day.
Yeah, we're about to go out here and
I know I see some sunshine.
yeah. I
action.
think Harrison's going to let you drive that one. So,
I hope so
hey, y'all, seriously, come check out the Golf Cart Superstore, Alabama's premier golf cart superstore, the Cart Source, right here in Davil, Alabama. It's worth the drive, man. I'm telling you.
30 minutes from Auburn, it was not bad. Like the drive was
No.
so easy.
You can drive from Auburn to here faster. You can get up one side of Glen to the other.
That is the most true thing.
When
Ever.
you and I were driving to the arena the other day, it took us 45 minutes. We were like, I mean, it was literally
It was awful.
traffic was inching. I'm like, we're going to be late. I'm like, we're not
We
going to get there in
weren't.
time, but we weren't. So we were able to figure out ways to cut around some things. But seriously, it is like Faye says, not a bad drive really from anywhere. And
Yeah.
if you really are in the market for a golf cart, it is definitely worth the drive because the on-site inventory is second to none. And if you somehow in this world that he's got down here of golf carts can't find what you like Faith said, the swatches are over here. They'll build it for you. They'll customize the whole thing from start to finish to your liking. So
Yeah. And again, if you guys have a party and you need to rent it out or something that, I don't know, whatever it is that you need a golf cart for that you don't want to buy, but you need to rent it for a night,
yes, they'll do it.
they will do that too. So
Absolutely. Again, there's 6 brand new ones right out here that are about to head off to a school that they can use to shuttle people. I mean, it's just amazing what they do. And he's been busy the entire time.
yeah.
Customers coming in and on the phone with people ordering stuff. And that guy, got to get him a good pair of tennis shoes.
Yeah. No kidding.
Kudos to Harrison. Super nice guy and family,
Yeah.
by the way. And his daughter turned 2 today.
Her birthday.
So she was in here hanging out with us for a
Yes.
while. All right, everybody, we're gonna shut it down again. Thanks to Glenda Mitchell and her law firm for everything Auburn Blitz. She is our partner on, and we appreciate it so very much. And again, she'll fight for you if you need an attorney after a car accident. Somebody in your family, you need to call on the Glenda Mitchell law firm.
Yes.
So, all right, Faith, send us out.
Hope everyone has the best day.
Absolutely, be good to people out there, and we will see you tomorrow in the morning for the podcast, and again at lunch on location at Pepper Tree Steaks and Wine. Everybody have a great day.